Hello, welcome to my channel. Today we're discussing the Woundeswan, or the lesser, which I have created, got more in my collection from when I did my first video on the Woundeswan. I have two Woundeswan colors. One is brand new, and one I got used, and I got the Woundeswan color now. I mean, not color, that's the color. The Woundeswan Crystal, which is more like a Game Boy Advance in the fact that you can see it better than the Woundeswan color or the original Woundeswan. Speaking of the Game Boy, it is actually created by one. The Woundeswan was created by the help of one of the original designers of the Game Boy. Can't pronounce his last name, but he created his own company and then went and worked with Bandai to create the Woundeswan. But he certainly passed away right after creating the original Woundeswan. Unlike Nintendo, which after the Game Boy Advance, they would create stuff like the Game Boy. Not the Game Boy, the Nintendo DS. Woundeswan, Bandai, even though it was popular in Japan, didn't have much success because Nintendo had more of a market in other places in the world. They couldn't branch out, so essentially a Japanese only console, except for a few times where they would come out with stuff for South Korea, or I think Hong Kong too. One of them, the ones I ended up getting, was a Korean for Digimon. Though it's not in Korean, it's in English. It cost a lot of money. That's why I got the brand new Woundeswan with it too. Or it was hard. None of it was open, and yes, it is completely in English. I'll show people you guys later in the video. But like last time, I still have the Digimon. I think I forgot one game somewhere in here in my collection, which was Final Fantasy 1 for the Game Boy. The Woundeswan. I'm like saying Game Boy. I got Inuyasha. Yeah, I got One Piece. All the Digimon games. At least most of the Digimon games. Let me see. Yep, got it. It's in a box. Final Fantasy. Which is the only one that's technically not made by Bandai themselves that I have. Because they basically did all their games from their licenses. So unlike the Game Boy, this you cannot turn on unless you have the cartridge. You could turn it on, but it'll do nothing. It'll just give you a blank screen. For both. But if you put a game in, I am going to I'll put the English Digimon game in here. Let me show you that it is not in Korean. It's going to be on the Woundeswan Crystal because it's so much easier to see. I forgot to put power on. Okay, it shows you a screen. in this one you don't have to change as much, the stuff as much, but it says press start to continue button. Can't really. And you choose which version of the game you want. So it's basically this one and this one. Wait, no, not that one. And this one. And one. It was supposed to be like, I think the when I was looking at trying to hunt for it, I thought it was the Woundeswan version, but it's not. So you basically have this. Everyone talks in English. Did you beat them? That was fast. And yeah, everyone speaks English. Does English because it is there was only a few games that came out and were translated to English and or other languages. So, but most of it was in Japanese. Because for the most part, it didn't go out. It didn't go out. It wasn't released outside of Japan, unless like the Digimon game was special. And the Woundeswan, even the Woundeswan that I got that was supposed to be Korean, says for sale and use in Japan only, and commercial retail prohibited. Most games say that too. I'm pretty sure, like Nintendo Switch games say that they're from Japan. I know the Game Boy games, the Game Boy Advance games do. Yep, they say prohibited. I have Sergeant Frog RPG. But it's still a very interesting console because the fact that it was only released there. And I mean, just for the history alone, I'm so happy I get it. In fact, there's one version, I think, game in there that you can basically create a robot. So like the Nintendo Switch you be having the building the stuff, like the computer and all that. This was happening on the Woundeswan. The Woundeswan core. You can had software to create a robot spider or whatever. I've been too much money. I think it was like $100-something, and most of them I got for like 10, maybe 30. But it was Digimon, so I kind of had to. I love Digimon. Especially when I can get some. I want to get the entire collection of Digimon games on these things. And then the One Piece game, even though I definitely can't read it right now, still I want to try learn Japanese. But I mean, when I saw it, I think it was only like $10. Plus shipping, which would have been more. I mean, I had to. I mean, it was just amazing. It just one of those things where I know I don't need it, but I want it so badly. So from what I heard, I think these are like a paper. So I mean, if it deteriorates, I believe you clean it like with like you do with Nintendo cartridges, and you put like the clean it with the alcohol and all that. you don't blow on it. That just ruins it. This one should be good because, I mean, I'm the only one that's ever touched it. It was brand new. It was like $200 for the game. I think, no, wait, $300. And yeah, I kind of did it because I won the English version. I've won the English version from like a little collection of these. And I said, pretty sure if we can get out of COVID, like the quarantines, I want to donate this to my university, or the university I went to, because there was like a video game museum, or even going to this, is it the Smithsonian? The Library of Congress and donate would be an awesome idea, because I mean, it is part of video game history. I know it's not really for the U.S. history, but I mean, game comes from other countries, it's still like an experience. I mean, I have like 2 Japanese 3DSs. I just love these so much.